In 2013 and 2014, Transition Galway organised a series of open public visioning events to allow people to come and share their ideas for a low-carbon, sustainable Galway city by the year 2030. Members of Transition Galway then compiled all of the ideas, big and small, received from the public at these sessions into one final document. This document has been divided into 8 chapters, and we have produced 8 short films, one for each chapter, outlining the solutions in each. We hope that this project will go some way towards creating a better, more resilient Galway by 2030.
Hi, my name is Christine.
And my name is Joanne.
We're going to discuss the ideas generated for the food and water section.
This is just a brief summary.
All of these ideas are described in detail on the website and in the visioning document.
A sustainable water supply system. The scandalous waste of drinking water should be stopped without delay by repairing all leaks. Dangerous lead pipes should be replaced. We need more rainwater harvesting and grey water recycling. There needs to be increased education about water conservation, and the fluoridation of the public water supply should end.
Sustainable fishing. We are taking far more fish out of the sea than can be replaced by those remaining. If this massive overfishing continues, stocks fished for food will soon collapse. We need to address this problem immediately with strong regulation and by buying sustainable seafood.
Sustainable aquaculture. Current plans for large-scale fish farming in Galway Bay should be rejected for many reasons. Fish farms, instead of being offshore in the sea, should be on land where it is far easier to control. Onshore fish farming has been shown to work successfully in Scotland and in Canada.
Biodiverse farms. Biodiversity means the diversity of plant and animal species in an environment. Biodiversity can be enhanced on farmland with organic farming practices, by planting hedgerows, and by encouraging field margin habitats.
Sustainable healthy diet. There are many ways to have a sustainable healthy diet. These include buying local organic produce, avoiding heavily processed food, having a more seasonal diet, growing your own food, consuming less meat, and foraging.
Support slow food. Slow food is an international movement promoted as an alternative to fast food. It strives to preserve traditional and regional cuisine and encourages the farming of local plants, seeds, and livestock. The movement promotes small local businesses and it campaigns against the globalization of agricultural products.
Reskilling in food production. There needs to be a large-scale reskilling in all aspects of local food production. Existing farmers and people from non-farming backgrounds need to be trained so there are enough full-time and part-time local food producers.
Reintroduction of draft animals. Draft animals, such as horses, have been used by humans in agriculture for centuries. They provide a practical, renewable, low-impact alternative energy source for small-scale farming.
A 7-day indoor food market for Galway. A city centre, full-week indoor food market for Galway would be developed. This market would be run by the City Council and offer a space for local food producers and retailers.
More mixed farms and small holdings. Instead of the recent trend for even bigger industrial farms specializing in one single crop or livestock, smaller and more varied farms offer greater opportunity for sustainability. Smaller farms can be less resource intensive, use less fossil fuels, have greater biodiversity, greater employment, and are more equitable.
Intensive organic market gardening. We will need large-scale market gardening just outside the city to produce fruit, vegetables and flowers for the region. This would include large-scale uncovered growing, as well as polytunnel and glasshouse cultivation. Heating of any glasshouses would be from renewable sources.
Urban food gardens and agriculture. We need to grow more of our food within Galway City. For example, it is possible to get 40 tons of vegetables per hectare from urban gardens. Urban agriculture can take many forms, such as allotments, suburban front and back gardens, and edible parks. Gardens can also be set up at public buildings, such as hospitals and schools.
Stronger, local, organic dairy sector. County Galway could be self-sufficient in dairy production. More local creameries and bottling plants would be established. Organic milk would be processed locally into yogurt, cream and butter, creating jobs in Galway.
Openness to alternative growing ideas. We should remain open-minded to alternative ways of producing food, such as biodynamic agriculture.
permaculture design, natural farming and organic farming. Food production methods that have low impact on our surroundings, such as permaculture design, natural farming and organic farming, need to be encouraged. These methods promote biodiversity, minimise pollution and result in healthier food.
More local food processing. Greater local employment and lower food miles will result from more local processing of food. Companies of various sizes making local jams, cheeses, sauces, pickles, oils, cured meats, smoked fish, and other items should be encouraged. Local slaughterhouses and abattoirs need to be re-established.
Sustainable beverages. The local beverage sector needs to be supported. There is a huge potential for import substitution, local employment, and much reduced food miles.
Research into sustainable agriculture. There needs to be more research undertaken to help shift to a sustainable food system. Areas that could be researched include the productive use of marginal land, urban gardening, climate change resilient crops and food production methods, and local cultivation of exotic fruit and vegetables.
A strong local food distribution system. We can reduce the distance from farm to fork by having a resilient local food distribution system. Trade networks need to be established to coordinate producers, processors, retailers and consumers to bring about a truly localised food system.
Animal food and feed. Meat production, such as beef, requires massive inputs of fossil fuel energy, animal feed, and water. More efficient and sustainable methods need to be encouraged.
Human sewerage as a resource for use on productive land. Human waste contains useful nitrogen and phosphorus. This can be safely and hygienically collected and used to fertilise agricultural land.
Growing hemp and flax. Hemp and flax should be promoted as they are extremely useful and very sustainable crops. Hemp can be used in food production as well as to make fiber, plastics, building materials, and biofuel. Flax, also known as linseed, can be used as a food and a fiber crop.
Food growing in a changing climate. There will be inevitable changes in our climate due to historical emissions since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution. These will have profound implications for food production, as there will be both negative and positive effects on different crops and livestock. We will need to take measures to deal with these changes.
Expand the Made in Galway brand. Made in Galway is a Galway County Council initiative that helps local producers promote their wares. It also gives assurances to customers that what they buy is a genuinely local product.
Locally grown flowers. Currently, most flowers come from far-flung places, are mass-produced and often chemical-laden. Many flowers could be grown locally and organically in the open, in polytunnels or under glass. Heating required by any flowers grown indoors can be from local renewable sources.
Sustainable and apicentric beekeeping. Apicentric beekeeping needs to be encouraged in place of intensive beekeeping. This means putting the bees at the center of beekeeping practice so that the habits, natural behaviors, and needs of the bee are the first consideration of the beekeeper, rather than, for example, honey production.
Agroforestry. Agroforestry is a land use system in which trees or shrubs are grown among crops or pasture land. It combines agricultural and forestry methods to create more diverse, productive, profitable, healthy, and sustainable land use systems.
Local plant varieties and rare breeds. We need to conserve, research, and use older plant varieties and rare native breeds of animals no longer used in large-scale modern agriculture. The greater the variety of food available to us, the better, and the less dependent we will be on the small number of plant and animal breeds that make up most of modern agriculture.
Community tree nurseries. This idea involves groups of volunteers collecting local tree seed and cuttings to grow trees that can then be planted locally. Trees help reduce climate change and have many other great benefits. Preference needs to be given to native tree species as they have much greater ecological benefits.